Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of I Hate It Here, where me and Sam spend about an hour and a half hating the world so you don't have to. All of the worst stories going on across the globe, condensed into one podcast. Me and Sam try and make sense of it all. Spoiler, no sense can be made of it. Let's get into it. Let's tell you what you can expect in the show. We like to do the bongs. It's time. So, woman sustains mouth injuries after mistaking fireworks for candy. Costco ends sale of coconut milk brand over monkey slave labor. Man has penis locked in cage by hackers. Woman stabs husband after finding photos of him with her younger self. And Scottish refuse collector fired after assaulting a snowman. Those stories will be coming up on I Hate It Here. But first, let's get into some sad news to start the show off. Because, obituaries, Sam. Whenever we cover people in the podcast, I think when they pass away, it's only fair we acknowledge that.
What are we, hospital radio? No, we like doing the test for today.
And now we're in radio quiet. Well, no, look, you may recall a previous episode of I Hate It Here, we talked about the Screech from Saved by the Bell sex tape called Saved by the Smell. If you remember that.
Yeah, I think so. I did in the first, but then I think so. Yeah.
It's all coming back to you. I know we've covered. I know we've covered lots of horrible things down the years. Sorry, I've just got a little bit of hair like sticking up on top there. Right. Anyway. So yes. Well, this is the sad news, and it really is like an unbelievable story that came out of left field. Is Dustin Diamond, the actor who played Screech? After a long period of problems with substance abuse, problems with petty crime, died aged 44 after just 2 weeks of being diagnosed with cancer. By the time he got to the hospital, he was apparently fucking riddled. And it turned out it was all in his lungs. It metastasized. They said, this is what's really horrible about it. It makes you think. They said to him when he got in, they said, you might have a year or two. He even tweeted out, I'd love to meet Tool's guitarist. He had his girlfriend was by his bedside with another friend, I believe, at the time of his passing, and they were taking pictures. He did a thumbs up. He was there with his grey beard, and they said, listen, it could be months, but outside a year, 2 years. Well, 2 weeks after diagnosis, he died. It's gone. And it's kind of surreal seeing the media do what the media do, which is this is a guy who, when he was having all of these problems, because, look, this is a story as old as time. Person does one thing, especially when they're young. They get famous for doing that one thing. Then people get bored or they get old. Or times change, and that thing just isn't relevant anymore. And then they have to adapt to not being famous. The reason he did that sex tape, actually, because I was reading up on this, he said he always regretted it. So he get this, it wasn't even his dick. He hired a dick double.
Nice.
Derek had a double dick. Yeah, because he said he was already ashamed enough doing a sex tape because he needed the money.
But wait, he just hasn't done a sex tape, or is he?
No, but he's in it for bits. His face is in it.
Yeah, but
he hasn't really had sex. Yeah.
Living a dream, I do that. Just go be a shit actor in a porn film, like a fucking.
People think it's your knob.
Yeah, they did until he said, by the way, that's not my knob.
Yeah, but all right, so let me run a scenario by you and just see. A man's dead, Sam, right? We're talking about knobs, but okay, let me just run this scenario by you. Okay, you have done a sex tape, but you've used a dick double.
Yeah.
Right? And then I come round your house with the sex tape.
I assume I've made I've picked a dick double with, an exceptional knob. Like, I wouldn't go with someone with an embarrassing knob if I'm selecting a dick double. You know what I mean? I assume there were auditions, measures, girth measurements.
Wouldn't be a double if they had an impressive penis, Sam. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you can use it, no one's not going to know it. Yeah, if you're hiring someone, obviously get the best dick. Yeah, exactly. No, I fully support that. Right, so there you go. You've got a guy with he's got a welt on him, massive knob. And I come round to your house with the sex tape. What would your sex tape be called?
I'm naming
Bane Law.
That's what I'm trying to think. How do I get the most sales? Like, how do I pitch it? I'd have to put by the numbers in there some way, mate. Clickbait it. Like BTN gone sexual or something.
By the bumbers.
Not bad.
Possible. Anyway. We'll work on that. We'll save that for later. But anyway, so I come round with a copy of By the Bumbers and say to your mum, right? Oh, look, I got a sex tape by you. Let's put it on for some banter.
Who would do Arrow?
I am.
Coming round.
I'm doing it.
All right, so
it's me.
Reasonable cunt. You never come to my house again. Don't dark my doorstep again.
Listen, I'm not saying we're going to be mates after this, right? But again, that's not part of the scenario. So. We do it, because, I know your mum, she's in for a laugh, So we watch this tape and then, oh, shock horror, it's you. And then you have to come down the stairs and go, Ma, that's not my dick.
Yeah, that'd be easy. That'd be
what, she's going to, your ma's going to go,
Ma'am, I hear this guy,
he is a bit girthy.
Derek's had a double knob, you know what I mean? I got 40 grand for this, ma'am. All I had to do was
It's always going to be in your mum's mind, was my Sammy in that sex tape?
Yeah, but I could prove it. I've got receipts. I did a legit, mate. I hired him as a contractor. I've got the contracts.
Anyway, I think if you get the stigma of being in a sex tape, you have essentially done a sex tape.
I guess. But it's not as bad. Like, I didn't know that. Did we talk about that last time they had a dick double?
No, we didn't. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time. Yeah, that was new info to me, not new info in general. Apparently, it was out there in the public domain for a while.
I was going to say, how long did he wait to say, like, I'd be saying it soon the next day. Surely.
Well, no, not if the whole purpose of selling it is I get to see Dustin Diamond's dick. Yeah, true. True. You can't. You got to. It's like a magician. You can't come out and go, I really didn't saw her in half, bros.
Yeah, true. So... I guess it's got to be at least a week or two. Like, you got to wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
But anyway,
office numbers to come in.
He said he was like really ashamed and like he'd struggled with so much. Obviously, I think he went to jail for a little bit. He got in a bar fight. Right. Might have pulled a shank on someone. And it's like no one gives a fuck. Everyone, our societies, we love a good fall. We love a good fall. Like let's be real. We hate people who are famous for things we think we could do. That's just a human trait. It could have been
Paul
me.
Macbeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Rat.
Exactly. And when we see people like that, time up, fucker, your fad's over, it's ran out. We see them on hard times. We sort of like it. We sort of relish in it. All the media that was sort of paying him tribute now, it's like, fucking hell. You didn't give a fuck about Screech. He was begging for help for years. He's 44 now. I think he played Screech for like 10 years. So I think by the time he was in his like mid-20s, he was essentially washed. And he wanted to do more acting, no opportunities. You kind of always going to be that Screech guy,
We got a role for you as Screech in Scary Movie 4.
You could do a cameo as old, washed-up Screech in some dog shit film. And it's like, no, I want to do more than that. But you can't. You're always going to be Screech now, So, yeah, I feel immensely sorry. I think this is a real sad, tragic story, the kind of like inverse of the American dream, Things start out going well, and then along come the drugs and the loneliness and the fake friends and the entourage, and then you lose your job, and then you lose your money, and then there's a bankruptcy because you thought it was going to last forever. Then come more drugs and more drinking, depression, petty crime, sex tape, and now fucking cancer. Fuck you now. Sad, big sad. So rest in peace, Dustin Diamond. More than just a sex tape to us here on I Hate It Here. Now another famous person died since the last episode. Larry King.
Yeah,
Larry King died. Larry King died of the old COVID.
The old
Yeah. And yeah, you know, I like it's you know me, I think when you get like I don't get over invested in celebrities in general. Like a few will fucking rock me. Like Chris Cornell, that rocked me, you know, like that because you think he's made it, you know, he's free and clear of the bullshit and he's gonna live to a ripe old age. Nah. Shit like that. But in general, I don't get over invested in celebrities. But Larry King was an institution, you know, Larry King has been he was on the airwaves my entire life to date, you know, until the moment he passed. He was you know, and if you ever did broadcast journalism, he would be the kind of dude that you would aspire to be. And you know, you wonder how many years more he might have had in him. He was still pretty healthy up until this, you know, for an 87-year-old or whatever he was. Yeah, it's just fucking sad, just sad. Now, I'll say, why am I bringing this up? You know, a bit weird out of the blue. Talk about Larry King. You never talked about Larry King on the show before. I wanted to have a contest, Sam, with the I Hate It Here viewers. Whose tribute was the most self-absorbed? Two of my favourite media cunts tried to pay tribute to Larry King. I'm going to start with Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. He paid tribute to Larry King by making it all about himself. He said, I remember when I first told people I was going to be a talk show host, one of my friends laughed and said, what do you think? You're going to be the next Larry King? And the fact that he thought that was a hilariously unattainable goal shows you what kind of a legend Larry King was. Because I aspired to be like him. He was a legend.
Isn't he kind of saying
not all
like,
the wicked work that he did
as well? That he's basically saying that, like, I was better than Larry King. Like.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of implied, isn't it? That I made it and my friend's daft cunt. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just classic media twattery. Make it all about you. Now, my personal, I don't want to influence the vote here. And I'm sure you will have your opinion, Sam. Piers Morgan waded in. His was just classic Piers Morgan. He's like Alan Partridge, but, you know, not funny. Larry King was a hero of mine until we fell out after I replaced him at CNN.
Bringing up old beef, like?
Yeah, straight to the beef. And he said, my show was like watching your mother-in-law go over a cliff in your new Bentley. He married 8 times, so a mother-in-law expert. But he was a brilliant broadcaster and masterful TV interviewer. Right. So who's the bigger cunt there?
What a rat.
It's Piers, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing about the Piers one is, at least he doesn't big himself up in the tweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think they are comparable. Like on a different day, the vote can go either way. I think, depending on who you're presenting the tweets
like
to.
Piers seems to have thought he's on a fucking roast dais or something, just straight roasting the corpse of Larry King. Like, yeah, lots of mother-in-laws. Always divorcing, was he? Always just like, he's now dead, you mad cunt.
Both of those tweets on the day he died.
What the fuck is wrong?
It's like, you know, you say we're really, you know, like social media is making us lose perspective. How can you, like, as a media person, sit down and go, yeah, he was one of the greats, wasn't he? Did marry 8 times though, so I'll be sure to mention that when I pay it. Like, it's bonkers.
And he actually, bonkers. I know I read it back. He does say, like, he said my show was like watching your mother run off for Betty. So he sort of dropped with the like, I won that one. I won the life. I'm still alive, Larry. Yeah. I won that one. Who shows shit now?
Thing is, as well, that's not even an indictment of Piers Morgan's show. It's that it used to be Larry King's. Now somebody else is doing it. Yeah. You know, it is like watching somebody else do something horrible to something that was yours. I mean, you should feel that way. You know? It's not even a mad thing to say. And you fell out with him over that. And then sat on this beef like a fucking mother hen nesting an egg. But instead of a chick, it's just a fucking turd with eyes. And this is... On the day he died, leave it a week. Maybe. To bring it up. Both of them on the day in like Flynn. Someone famous appears to have died. How can I make it about me? Masterclass. So people,
you said I weren't good enough to cast.
Yeah.
I want that one.
Anyway, rest in peace, Larry King. I'm not going to talk about the time we met. No, we've never met. Don't worry. I'm not sitting on some Larry King beef. Like,
I want that one, Larry.
Never met him, even though I did work at Turner for like them 2.5 years. Yeah, would have been nice if he'd come around.
He's based in New York, wasn't he? I think. Larry,
yeah, of course. Yeah, he was the other one. Yeah. Would have been nice if he'd come around. Said hello. Like,
fuck it.
What phony?
Stuck
what a phony!
Cunt.
Yeah, what a phony! Doesn't know anything about esports. 87-year-old boomer. Nah, it's sad. It's sad. But he had a hell of an innings, and he leaves a hell of a legacy. So proud of that for him. Right, let's start doing the show proper then. So a lot of people have been saying, Richard, what was wrong with the last episode of I Hate It Here? You haven't been keeping us up to date with Seagull news, and it's like, well, the good news is, the Seagulls have been really kind of like dialing it back by all accounts, in Britain at least, because, well, it just with obviously COVID is dominating the coverage right now, but COVID's had an impact on the Seagull community. No, it definitely has. I mean, think about it.
It's Big Seagull, mate. Big Seagull isn't getting the fucking representation. They watch your show, mate. They see we haven't been covering them. So
that is true.
Seagull's been saving money. They're short in the Seagull stock, dude.
Well, let me tell you, right? If it's all gone quiet now, it might be the quiet before the storm. Because I saw this story come out of China. So you know it's already going to be good. This is in the South China Morning Post. We'll have to 3, 2, 1 this, I think. It's a video.
Right.
That basically, that in the southwestern Yunnan province, they're having to tell Chinese tourists to stop feeding the seagulls with food from their mouths.
What are you doing that for
now? We can watch it. Let me know when you're ready for the 3, 2, 1.
Right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Turn that music off. That's going to add nothing.
That's going to DMCA it.
Yeah. You didn't get me that time.
Yep. So what they do is tourists are rocking up in China, putting food in their mouth, and then having photos and that taken of them.
Imagine watching someone have that happen to them, but thinking, I'll have it.
I know.
That. Why is that enjoyable? Like, what the fuck? I love it if you shit in their mouth on the way out.
You'd love it.
Yeah,
I'd love it. Love it if the bird shot in her mouth.
You just stepped on her eyes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, like. At least the comments are awesome. Like why are you?
Oh, yeah, of course. Mate, what a bunch of fucking doyles.
If you get bitten by Seagull, it may cause infection.
No, not wrong.
True.
He's not a doctor, but he's not wrong. So there you go. So I don't want to get into the whole question of, haven't you done enough, China? I don't want to get into that. Man. But, you know what I mean? What I don't want is that the next big problem we've got is fucking starving, hungry seagulls migrating from China, pecking out children's eyes because they've been fucking trained.
That's my legacy, mate. I hope that happens. I pray that
children.
Happens. No. I hope the fucking flock come over from China, mate. If they breed superpowered gulls that fly over here,
I see what you're saying.
It'll be like a Vietnam film, mate. I'll be taking down numbers, like fucking taking in caps. I killed 700 seagulls today, and there's still 3 million of them out there.
Nice. Like, yeah, I'll be down for that, actually. Yeah, I'll be there with you. You know, especially as these aren't even native seagulls, you don't know what the fuck they're going to be up to.
Protect our seagulls at that point. You know what I mean? I hate seagulls, but you can't kill off the British seagulls with these super gulls.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that, what was it we did with the squirrels? With the red and the greys?
Yeah.
And it was like, we had these red squirrels, and some people brought these grey squirrels back, and they were like, it's all squirrels, and it's all the same. And then the grey squirrels were just massive and hench compared to the fucking red squirrels. And they're like, hang on a fucking minute, what's going on here? And those grey squirrels are just dorming them, and now the red squirrels are fucking endangered species. Nice one, humans, you've done it again. So yeah, I'm with you, mate. But I just don't understand, I feel like our fucking... Yeah, but it's mate. I don't know how many times I have to say it on this show. Like I like animals. You know that. That's a fact. I think people who are cruel to animals are detestable
thing is,
human beings.
A seagull is technically an animal, but like it is different, innit? Like
you got to draw a line. Like rats, right? Now, when you have a pet rat, they're super intelligent.
Even if it's not a pet rat, if it's not fucking with me, I'm not gonna do anything to it.
Yeah, but like
if you're spreading plague or like ripping through my house, it's all over. Like there's, you know what I mean,
mate. If you put a pet rat and a sewer rat anywhere near each other, the sewer rat's just gonna eat its
face off.
Yeah, mate. They're not ready. You know, like it's so, and it's. I feel that way with seagulls. They're just so unreasonable as birds. I mean, like birds. You know, when you think about birds, think about all the wicked birds. Yeah. Think about all the like really.
Cool
I
know why I hate seagulls, mate. It's their work ethic, but it's the laziness that they exist on humans feeding them. That's what I hate. That's the.
Hang on, though. Pigeons are like that. But you don't eat pigeons.
Nah, but pigeons don't need pigeons at least, right? They don't steal food, do they? They'll take the scraps. They'll take what's dropped, sure. But you never see a pigeon fucking ripping a sausage out someone's hand, do you? You know what I mean? Pigeons,
like, they wait.
Yeah,
they wait.
Pigeons are grafter, mate. Pigeons just taking the scraps, taking what's going. But fucking seagulls are just thieves, mate. Just lazy. You
want to know the mad thing about the pigeons you see, like in London and that? I don't know if you know this, but historically, like someone explained this to me. But apparently, they were from a wild pigeon, and we domesticated them.
Yeah.
And we used to use them for like all sorts of stuff, not just messages and all that, but other
as well,
general things, racing them for banter. Yeah, exactly. And then like we just got bored of that, and we just fuck it. so we took a wild bird, domesticated it, and then like went, sorry lads, like this domestic.
I don't know if I've said it before. I think it was like my great grandfather or something. It was like a fucking champion pigeon racer, but.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if it was in Wales or somebody who was fucking had like a flock of 1,000 pigeons. He used to like select them individually, mate. He was big on it. That was huge back in the day. You could make like good money, probably equal to like 100 grand in today's money. You could probably win.
I remember because my granddad was in the Navy. You know, I'm pretty sure he told me about the importance of carrier pigeons and like how he probably had some birds in his allotment at one point or something. And that was something like all fucking people from like Wales and the northeast. They're like, the poor parts of Britain. Yeah. That's what they used to do, wouldn't it? You'd have an allotment, you'd have some pigeons.
And they have like different events as well. So like obviously there's fastest pigeon, but then the reason you had so many pigeons is they do like groups, and then if one pigeon goes missing, I think you lose basically with the rules. So you've got to send like a whole flock of pigeons out across a certain way, be out for a certain distance, then all come back.
But that's what I mean, right? It's like, so seagulls are just out there, just pure cunts. They're aggressive. Yeah, they're thieves. Steal food. Spread disease. Kill other birds. Don't even get me started. Motherfuckers out there forgot about Gizmo.
Never forget. Like,
no, I won't. Mate, that story's outrageous. A seagull swooped down and flew away with a fucking chihuahua, for fuck's sake.
I can't remember the story. And did it ever come back? Did it drop it?
No, the bit you forget is that seagull took it away and then, in an act of premeditated cruelty, went back to where they stole it from and dropped off a paw.
Mate.
No joke. We covered it. It's there on the VODs. I know, it was so long ago. Like that. Like at that point, mate.
Straight mafia, mate. Like,
and then, right? You have all that nonsense about that old man can't leave his house because he's getting pecked with seagulls, and he has to go get his like wife's fucking dialysis medicine or something, and he's just getting his fucking poor old man flathead pecked to fuck every time he leaves his house, and he's calling up the council saying, "Can you get rid of these fucking seagulls?" And they go, "Sorry, they're an endangered species." We're the endangered species. Like that old man is the fucking endangered species. How the fuck? How have they done that? You might be right, big seagull, mate. That's the only way. Mate, they're everywhere. How the fuck are they endangered? They're everywhere, mate. There's got to be at least one seagull per person.
Oh, way more.
Yeah. So how are they endangered then? Fuck this. So yeah, that's my whole problem with them. They are the worst of birds. They are the worst bird. You know, like when you think about insects, right? You wouldn't think anything of getting rid of wasps. It's unreasonable. There's nothing good about wasps. There's nothing I like about a wasp. You know, they get in a beehive, eat all the bees, live off the honey, fuck off. You've got them mad wasps that like lay the parasites in you and eat you from the inside until they burst out your body like fucking alien. Like, fuck wasps. It's like, some insects are wicked, you know? But wasps are out of control, and seagulls are out of control. You know, parrots, they're wicked. Those little minor birds that talk, wicked. Those tiny little green ones, lovebirds, wicked. Sparrows, robins, wicked. All these birds are wicked. Seagulls are just ruining it for fucking everyone. So fuck them. And stop feeding them with your mouth. Right, next story. While we're on the subject of China, and again, I'm sick and tired of asking the question, haven't you done enough? This is the news in the Washington Post that China are now rolling out anal swabs to test for coronavirus because it's more accurate than doing the throat and nose. Thanks, China. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Sam, this is your 5th test today.
Just double checking.
Who's having an anal swab? Like, serious now. Serious. Like, oh, it's 5% more accurate, Mr. Lewis. Yeah, it's fucking fine, actually. Stick it in my fucking nose. You know
I'll have 2 up the nose instead, shall we?
Yeah, exactly. Let's double up the nose. Like, there's no need. There's no need for my hoop to get involved in this equation. There's just none at all. It's so mental. Like, I wasn't going to go on, like, a coronavirus rant, but, like, I'm saying crazy shit all the time. Like, anal swabs, I don't see the necessity. Why not make the nose swabs better?
It depends how accurate they are. If they're, like, 98% accurate, then maybe, because I think at the moment it's, like, 70%. 65 maybe even with that test that's more likely to be a false positive. I can't remember the name of the test now, some blotch test, something like that. I think that's the name we'll use.
But then did you see in the news double masking?
Yeah, did you see Derek having a double up, Mike?
Right. So it was reported in the news that if you want to be mega safe, have a double mask, right? And then I saw people jokingly saying, well, you know, why not just wear a triple mask, right? And then a news report came out saying triple mask. No joke. I'm finding it now. I'm having a scroll.
I don't get why that isn't obvious. Like, if you add more filters to a filter, it's going to filter more, of course. If you wore 40 masks, you wouldn't be able to breathe. Yeah.
Well, come on, like, triple masking. Like, come on, like, where does it end? Like, am I going to be sat on, like, a fucking train one day with a mask on and a triple mask is going to insult me for only being a double masker? Is this where we're heading? Is this the divide? Is number of masks now how we're going to divide ourselves, like, in society? Like, you know, it's madness. So I got to have it's like a psyop. You're sticking swabs up my ass. I've got to wear fucking 3 masks on my face. Like, come on, please. Like, here it is. No joke. Here it is. Hang on, let me.
What they haven't told you is, like, you can defeat the whole purpose of wearing 3 masks by having a better mask. Like, if you have like an N95 mask, then you.
Well, that's what I bought.
Yeah.
Mate, Mama didn't raise no fools. Like, as soon as I saw all that shit coming,
mate, I was watching the fucking like prepper channels when I was in Vegas. Mate, I was on that shit. I got all the dry food and the tin food when I came home. I had hand sanitizer, I had medical supplies. I was ready, mate. If the world ended, like, I was on it.
Well, at least
the cleaning tablets. I was ready to survive, mate.
At least Keith, you can get a mix on as well in the apocalypse if you've got all the dry food. But yeah, like, it's just like, yeah, Mama didn't raise no fools. I was like, you just go get one of them N95s. I mean, it's in the name. The 95 is the percent of shit it filters out. They're really, really good. That's what the medical professionals are all wearing. You get them fitted to your face, and, you know, Bob's your uncle,
I got
right?
an N99 mix. I got an N early.
Fucking hell, mate. Last time I had an N99, it had a fucking flake in the top. N99? I didn't even know they did them. Is that real?
Yeah. That's the next level up, man.
Fuck me.
You can get even better than that because you can get ones that are 99, but it's like it can go smaller than 0.3 microns because that's what the rating's based on.
Oh, yeah? Nice, like.
So an N95 is 95% of microns, 0.3 or bigger.
Now, I need to also get a check. I need to check myself or erect myself by talking to you. Because I'm not going to be a triple masker. I'm probably not even going to be a double masker, to be honest.
You don't need to, just have a good mask and yourself.
No, but here's the thing, right? I've just said it to you. So Razer, now you know I like Razer peripherals.
Yeah, I use them.
I'm a Death Adder man. Like, people know that shit. Fuck copperheads, they were stupid. But I'm a Death Adder man. I have been for a while, right? And they get a lot of shit. Because everyone goes, oh, they just put fucking lights on regular stuff and that. And like, you know,
do a bit.
People lump them in with Alienware, right? But I've got like a lot of Razer gear. I had the what's the name of it? A Razer Blade laptop. I've got one of them. You know, it's a bit fucked now because it's had like non-stop use for fucking
you've had that for a while.
4 years. Yeah,
even longer. I think you like start before E-League. I think you had that.
Oh no, this is a new one. I replaced my Blade with the next upgrade. It was a bittersweet one because it had a bigger screen and better graphics card and you know all of that stuff. But it wasn't touchscreen, so it was like you know. But whatever. But yeah, I like their gear. I always have. I've always liked their stuff, and I like them as a company. But I saw them announce this that they're doing their own N95 mask. It's something called Project Hazel, right? And I literally saw this and thought, having one of them, like,
yeah, that's sick as fuck.
Yeah, I'm thinking, imagine rocking up at the CS:GO major.
Yeah, in a LAN, mate, with one of those.
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask.
They got to have an inbuilt mic in there, surely. If it's Razer.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna listen to it. So it's a surgical N95 respirator. It's got like active ventilation. It's got an automatic sterilization function
big UV
because
light.
It's lined with UV light. So like as we know, even though Donald Trump was mocked for suggesting putting UV light inside you, that is crazy. UV light does kill coronavirus. Also, it's got like microphones. So when you talk, it amplifies your voice.
Big.
Yeah. So you can literally be walking around like, mate,
and
it looks sick.
Yeah, it's going to be $6,000 though, probably. You know how much is it?
Nah, it's not even that much. Like, I think they're looking to sell it for about 250 quid.
So you don't.
Something like that.
So basically, the idea is you never have to change it because it auto cleans itself. So it's like you don't have to. There's no filter or anything like that.
You'll probably be. I mean, they'll probably be selling backup filters as well, like obvious peripherals, like
maybe. I don't know where they put the filter though. It looks like just a clear thing.
So, like I said, I thought I saw 250 quid as a ballpark figure. I don't think they've announced the price point yet. So I might just be pulling that out my ass, like a COVID swab. But yeah, I mean, like I'm fucking. I saw this and I thought, you know what? If the world has to be the world it is now for like the next 3 years. I'll do it in style.
I'll be getting bubble technology, like 100%.
I'll also say, by the way, you know what? Moving forward, I might keep the masks.
Yeah, why not? It's fine.
I like it.
Especially in like crowded areas. I feel like if you're in like a restaurant or something, probably not. But if you're on a train, especially anything like that, even if you just don't want to get a flu.
Before COVID, right? If you had a facial covering in public, you get arrested. Now, I can go anywhere. No one knows who I am. You know, no one can see my face. Yeah, it's brilliant. Love that. So, yeah, I'm down. I'm 100% in. But, yeah, I'll be doing it in style. Be doing it with fucking a Razer mask. I don't know why I'm showing that on I Hate It, because I don't hate that. I think that's fucking great.
Don't know why you're showing it at all, mate. They should pay us to do this kind of sponsorship. I'm going to remove
that is true, like. But the thing is, as well, like, because I've got mates who still work at the company, loads of mates who work at the company still. So it's like, you know, like, they were one of the companies that I actually had to say, like, because they would send me stuff on my birthday, and I'd be like, I got to be careful about that. Because if I ever have to cunt Razer off because you've done something bad, you know, or if I don't say anything. So, but yeah, I've still got loads of boxed Razer gear, like, so, you know, I'm not like the Travis Gaffords of this world. I don't go begging for peripherals. I'd consider that to be not what I do. I don't want bribes. I'm not about that life. But anyway, no, I do love them. I love them. So don't hate them. I've ruined the whole premise of the show. Here's something that I do hate. So we're going to now segue into a section after this about British people being morons. But before we get there, you know we did Kay's cooking on the last episode.
Yeah.
This is hanging. Like this woman might give Kay a run for her money. I've never seen anything like it. Again, it's a 3-2-1. She's making some sort of spaghetti hoop pie.
I think I sket hoops and sausages. Like.
Yeah. Just that's 3-2-1. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now it's not just what she puts in the pie; it's the cooking method. I need you to pay attention to this, Sam. All right, look at that butter, by the way.
Destroying the bread.
Right?
But there's lovely and cold.
Thick as fucking what, though?
Garlic on the bread?
Yeah.
Oh,
on the...
Dusty? Right. Calm down.
Right. Mate, what's happening?
Doing, but...
How's this sanitary, like?
What are you buttering bread for? Why didn't you do that before you buttered it?
Perfect. Really get that powder in there. Awesome.
What's going on?
Layer them.
No, mate. It hasn't even...
Grab your knife.
It's not even over, like.
Wants to eat crust.
No child wants to... She makes this for the kids, like. The poor kids, like.
So take those off.
Right. Takes the crust off.
Perfect. Done.
Decrust.
I mean, that is like half the bread gone.
Is this supposed to be like a garlic bread or something? Is she making cheap garlic bread?
No, it's the topping for the pie.
What are you doing, but?
Yeah, no, mate. We're not there yet, right?
Mozzarella, right? Nice.
Yeah, yeah. I love the stringiest cheese in my pies. Like, a big fan of that.
More garlic, because food doesn't...
Yeah, definitely need more garlic powder, love, like. You know, it's a me, Mario.
When you use real garlic.
Right. Now look.
Milk?
Yeah. Do you want some milk in your spaghetti hoops? Yeah, look.
Oh, you lumpy bitch. What are you doing? That's gross as fuck.
No,
That's
man.
so grim.
It's outrageous, man.
And then another dog food.
Yeah, here we go.
Another tin of dog food. Look, here's some fucking sketty hoops. Sketty
Perfect.
Awesome. Good layer. Amazing.
Oh, take it off. Oh, no.
No, yeah, bit more cheese, like, bit more cheese.
More cheese. Better.
Fuck. Look at I'm feeling ill, but that milk on the fucking outside, but looks like sick. Fuck
bit
off
more
garlic and milk, like garlic and milk.
No, and then look, she puts that. Yeah, there is a follow-up video below, but like you don't need to see it. She basically puts them on the top and then sticks it in the oven. Like what? Like just mouth noises. Like who's taught her this? Where's she got that from?
Where is this recipe? Like?
Yeah, and she's doing the fucking commentary while she's doing it. Like she's doing the commentary as if it's just another day in the office. Like what?
I'm just watching part 2. Like
it's I mean, you can show part 2 if you want. Like it's short. It's shorter. It's only 30 seconds.
Oh,
oh, it's hanging, isn't it?
What do you mean so good? No, it's not, though, is it?
Oh, it's definitely the opposite.
The person filming seems so excited, like, about her fucking milk and garlic pie. Creeps. Absolute creeps.
And look when they pull it out, like.
Gross, but.
Yeah, just look at it. Can you? I can't even imagine. Like, I'd rather chew on a badger's arsehole. It's so
I would have just had the
mental.
bread. Just give me the bread. I'll have the bread. Why have you ruined my bread?
She's put half a tub of garlic powder in it. By the way, that's like salty as fuck.
And it's not even like garlic granules. It is powder. It looks like chalk dust. Like she's rubbing on it.
Yeah, right. So I mean, there's a real risk of fucking salt poisoning off that bad boy. But then, like, what does the milk do? What does she think the milk does?
Makes it nice and creamy, like makes you spaghetti hoops creamy.
Have a fucking word. So I got to ask. I mean, you see, at least with Kay takes good food
And
ruins it because she's a fucking Doyle, right? And that's all right. And then he feeds it to the human dustbin, Fat Lee. So it's all right in the end. Not kids. Fat Lee knows what he's getting into when he comes in for a mix-on. That. I don't know. I'd call social services, mate. You can't be giving that to kids. Like, I grew up on a council estate now, and I've seen some shit. I've seen some things that, like, there was this one family I had to stay with this one time. And my mother was sick. Obviously, like, single parent family, and actually my dad was banged up. And I lit the food that the fucking was being served to the kids was so vile, the kids would sneak dog food and dog treats for sustenance. It was fucking horrendous. That is on a par with the food they were trying to avoid. No joke. No joke. So I can't. Like, that's... And, 3.5 million people are saying that now. Like, surely someone has called the police. Like, surely someone has done something about that.
You have to hope that this isn't real. Like, surely.
No, but it's the way, like, she's like Peggy the Witch or something. Like, she's fucking just calmly like, the kids are gonna love this. This is my best one. Yeah, how many have you made? How many times have you fed your kid this slop? So is that worse than K?
That milk was fucking gross, but I can't get over the fucking milk. Like, that has made me feel sick for the rest of the day. That fucking milk was grim.
Oh, it will knock you.
I don't know, but Kay also makes him know, but right, I'm going to judge it on, would I rather have a bit of that or a bit of Kay's? Like, and I know that ain't going to kill me because it is cooked. So I'd rather eat that than Kay's. You know what I mean? If you eat something Kay makes, mate, fuck no.
You said, mate, I just told, mate, there's so much garlic powder in there, what do you mean?
Yeah, I didn't say it's going to be tasty, but it ain't going to kill me, like.
It might, that's the point. All that salt, all that sodium,
garlic.
yeah.
In one forkful, you need to do pie, but
garlic powder's got salt in it, right? I'm not mad.
Nah, garlic salt does. I don't think garlic.
Oh, maybe I'm getting mixed up with that. Like,
it'll have some, I guess.
I'm checking
sodium it has.
Here you go, mate. 100 grams of garlic powder has got 60 milligrams of salt in it, like. So, that's not an insignificant amount. It's only 2% of your daily value, so. But I didn't see how much she put in there.
Quite a lot, like.
Yeah, a lot, like. That is salty. Like.
Yeah, but mate, Kay's fucking disgusting, but the shit she does to fucking food, but I couldn't handle that. I would be sick in there. That one, I could just close my eyes and just feel like I'm chewing on a garlic clove, like, and just fucking get over it.
Well, speaking of horrible food, we can now get into British people are fucking daft. Here's a story here. It made it all the way to Fox News. This is a woman who bit into one of those things called poppers, them small fireworks that you throw and they bang.
All right, for about Keith Baz.
She got a box of poppers, thought it was candy.
Hello.
Bit into one.
How do you think that's food, but? How do you think that's food?
You can see she's holding up the picture. Now, for me, probably what gives it away is that on the box, it's showing fireworks.
It says snap, snap, bang, crack. It's not snap.
There's a lot of clues.
It is, to be fair, she's seen snap, crack, and she's just gone pop. Third one must be pop.
Mate, I tell you what did go pop her fucking face when she bit into that firework, man. Yeah, listen, a woman from England says she mistook a small box of firework poppers for popping candy when she tried to eat a handful.
That's even worse. Hang on. Popping candy comes in like a fucking speed bag, but what do they call that when you put speed in a fucking Rizzler and you swallow it? Who puts fucking popping candy in those? Oh, I'm going to bomb a popping candy, boy.
Right? When she tried to eat a handful of the poppers, she reportedly suffered burns to her mouth Lisa Boothroyd says she bought a box of Fun Snaps from a local store where it was stored near various candy items. It weren't like no one is ever putting fireworks next to candy, unless of course it is on a shelf labeled everything for all your bonfire night needs. And how near is
And what is that for an excuse anyway?
I
went
know.
to the shop and he was next to someone else, so I was like,
Yeah.
look, you man cunt, read.
Yeah. Use your eyes and your brain. Oh, Lisa Boothroyd couldn't do it. According to her, the product's placement in the store and the design of the box led her to believe that the Fun Snaps were candies. When she tried to eat a handful, she quickly realised.
I'm sure, and they're like half full of like sawdust as well, Nick, because they got an explosion thing and then a bit of like dust in it.
Mate, just that line. She quickly realised her mistake. She went, yeah. Blow! Wait, candy doesn't explode usually. No, it doesn't. Like, it is her quote, mate. I remember the moment I crunched down on a handful of the sweets, and I instantly felt explosions in my mouth. I felt a burning pain straight away.
She's blown her own jaw off.
It gets better. I'm still in agony, and I nearly lost a tooth after it cracked from the explosion.
I'm surprised she almost
blew her teeth out.
Strong teeth. They survived the fucking bomb.
Fucking fair play. Like, she's got a set of gnashes on her, like, big time. Fair play. According to
a race sauce on her, but
according to the Southwest News Service, Boothroyd suffered chemical burns to her lips. I know, it's already perfect.
Boothroyd's got her tooth destroyed.
Yeah, Boothroyd Toothroyd. Right. Boothroyd suffered chemical burns to her lips and gums, and also cracked one of her teeth. Fortunately, she didn't lose any. That moment I crunched down was terrifying. I had no idea what was happening. Just a burning pain. She continued. The Fun Snaps were with all the other sweets.
Stop dying on this hill, like trying to blame the fucking Fun Snap people.
And the packaging was similar. So it was an easy mistake to make. I just keep thinking what could have happened if I'd given them to a child. They could have blown their mouth apart.
Wait, I can't. I reckon what would have happened if you handed it to a child is they would have looked and said, these are Fun Snaps, you man cunt.
These are fireworks, you daft bitch. What are you talking about?
I only think if I had fed that to my daughter, she would have lost her jaw. What are you thinking about that?
I know. I know. Oh, she'll be angling for a lawsuit. Like, she'll be angling for a lawsuit. Like.
They look like food.
Yeah. Unreal, isn't it? Like, mate, come on. Like, one of the first things you learn one of the first things you learn as a child, right, is check the fucking label. You know, don't drink this, that. Yeah, read. You know, like if you don't know what's in it and it looks like it's been opened, don't drink it.
Don't
you
blow your jaw.
You don't remember when you were a kid at fucking school, you got shown all the fucking like hazards of the kitchen PSA video, and it was like a child like just going under the sink and like, you know, necking fucking fairy liquid or whatever.
John Hurt putting a rocket in his mouth and going, don't chew fireworks.
Yeah, don't chew fireworks. Don't
die.
It's not good for you. But yeah, British people are thick. British people are definitely thick. Here's another story from Gateshead. Obviously, love to feature Gateshead on the podcast. My favourite football club in the world, the Heed Army. This is the story that a human foot found in a Gateshead field turned out to be a potato. It's okay, guys. Mate, look at the picture, though. It does look like a toy.
How far into the investigation did it take?
Well, I'll read you the story. A suspected human foot buried in a muddy field turned out to be a potato.
How big do you think his toe was, bud? Do you think it was a giant? That's a big fucking toe, bud.
Well, some in Kate said you get some freaks, some aberrations, you know. A dog walk, it was, and they realised it was a potato only after a large-scale police search. A dog walker in Gateshead sent officers a photograph of what appeared to be a toe poking out of the soil. But after carrying out the search in the dark with a team of specialist corpse-sniffing dogs, officers discovered it was a potato with a mushroom growing out of it. Police praised the woman for her vigilance and said the call had been made in good faith. What they praising her for? I don't know.
Maybe next time check eat a potato before you ring me, you daft.
I know. In the time the police were searching for a human, 5 people were killed.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Send her to jail, waste the police time.
It is the quote, though. The search team did have a chuckle when they realised it was a potato. We can only praise the vigilance of the woman.
Barry chuckle.
No, Barry chuckle.
After digging it out, it was indeed a body Barry chuckle. To me, to you.
Right, continuing. British people are fucking thick. You know, I always love a good dumb crime story, Sam. You know, I'm a big fan of that. This is on CNN. World's unluckiest burglars arrested after pocket dialing the police in the middle of a robbery.
What do you mean?
This is in London. 2 hapless burglars were arrested in the UK after accidentally pocket dialing the police during their crime. An officer in Staffordshire, central England, labelled the thieves the world's unluckiest burglars and likened them to the ill-fated crooks in the movie Home Alone. No child-created booby traps in this story, you'll notice, but it's fine. He said one of the pair mistakenly sat on his phone and rang 999. It explains that it's the UK's emergency number, which allowed officers to hear the crime in progress and listen to their colleagues arresting the duo. The phone was on the entire time. There's even this little quote down here, adding insult to injury. The person that was reporting the incident linked it to the Home Alone film, showing a gif of the hapless character Marv, who is comically unsuited to a life of crime in the famous Macaulay Culkin Christmas movie. So they just banged up at Christmas straight away, mate. And imagine as well, because the phone was on the entire time of the crime being committed, they have an active recording of you committing the crime in progress as they catch you at the scene of the crime. Probably going to have to fucking cop to that one, I think. Not really a lot of wriggle room when that gets used as evidence in court. So, turns out, why would you even have a mobile phone when you're doing a crime anyway?
Yeah, innit? Fucking armchair, you don't want to arm it. They already know where you are automatically.
That's what I mean. Well, you know, certainly, yeah. I mean, if you've got one that's going to be calling 999, pocket dialing, yeah. But, you know, just fucking maybe leave it at home while you commit your nefarious deeds. So, ridiculous. British people are thick. Here's another one. This is a report from the Argus local news. This is just a classic thing that I'm sure happens in Britain every day. Woman calls police after missing McDonald's breakfast due to the queue in Sussex. So this is what happens at McDonald's. I'm sure if you've seen the film Falling Down, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a cut-off point for your breakfast. They stop serving breakfast at a set time. I think it's what, like 11, is it? 11:30.
10:30, 11, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. Despite my size, I don't eat a lot of McDonald's. But, you know, basically, and it is an arbitrary cut-off point. But all cut-off points, by nature, are arbitrary. You know, you pick a time, and you say, right, none after that. Because otherwise, if you start making exceptions, you know, it gets difficult. So it does piss a lot of people off for some reason. This seems to be a recurring thing, that people go into a store, it's like 5 minutes past the cut-off. Come on, man. You know, it's right there.
I can see the hash browns with that. Just fucking put it in a bag for me.
Well, Doug Stanhope did a whole bit about it, didn't he? Where he was talking about Subway.
Yeah.
And it's like, he knows it's in the green cabinet. That's where you keep the egg. That's the only difference, by the way, on a Subway regular sandwich and a Subway breakfast sandwich is that big egg, the big long egg that they have, the industrial egg that you slice up. And it's right there in the green cabinet. So can you give me an egg? Just please, like, just go in the green cabinet. But obviously they can't, that's how it is. But this just takes it to that next level, that classic level of just, the cult of Moronism. The police got a call at 11:30 this morning from an angry lady who stated that due to the queue at the McDonald's drive-thru, by the time she got to the window, they'd stopped serving breakfast and couldn't take her order for breakfast. The lady raged at them, and after being given words of advice not to call the police, called anyway. The upset driver did call police, didn't use 999, thankfully, used a local police number, and complained about the restaurant refusing to serve her breakfast because they weren't upholding their own rules. We informed her, this is the police, by the way, doing this quote. We informed her.
That you are mental.
We informed her that this was an incident which she should take up with McDonald's and not the police, and that we would not be investigating her complaint. I can't imagine what it's like to be so fucking demented and sort of self-absorbed that because you didn't get the food you wanted from a fast food restaurant, you want to call the fucking
what is the end game?
Exactly. Like where do we go from there? Like what do you want? Court is it? You have to be giving your testimony, and it was only 5 minutes past the cutoff point. Like I just don't like. Where are we going with that? Like, what do you want to happen? I'm sorry you didn't get your way. I'm sorry that the rules were enforced to the letter of the law. The law. It's a restaurant. They can just tell you to fuck off anyway. Fuck off. I'm not serving you. Like, just fuck off. You're a Doyle.
You know what? Fuck off. Breakfast is open, like, but you ain't having it.
Yeah.
I just can't be asked. No.
I mean, I have to say as well, if she was kicking off like that, threatening to call the police, I would instantly cook like an egg McMuffin and eat it in front of her. Like, I would just,
I'd start throwing everything out.
Oh, 100%, like 100% just fucking have a McMuffin and like these hash browns are lovely, darling. When the police get here, I'd make breakfast bags for the police. Thanks for the support, officer. Sorry she wasted your time. She'd be spewing. Can you even imagine how spewing she'd be? You give 2 little fucking breakfast Happy Meals over to the police. Like, there you go. Extra bacon. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, mate. How spewing would she be? Like, yeah, absolutely spewing. Tell the judge that. Tell the judge. It's fucking so insane. But it's what I mean. It ties into the greater theme. We're really losing fucking perspective all the time. I mean, all these ridiculous stories. It's just people losing perspective of reality. I remember, by the way, did you ever have the thing at school, like, about fucking when the police used to come and visit your school and they'd tell you, like,
like drugs and shit like that?
Yeah, but I mean, like, and they would tell you never call 999. Like, never fuck with that.
Oh, right, like prank calling them, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, obviously, when you're bored, kids do it, don't they? They call 999 and, this is happening. And obviously, they know where you are. Fucking Insta-trace. So, it was a routine experience that kids growing up my generation, you called 999. And you fucking, the police would turn up at your door and give you a fucking verbal, Madness. But, like, I was brought up with that. Like, never call that number unless, like, I'll probably even be weighing it up if a guy was coming through my door like fucking Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Like, bro, should I not?
What
like, I don't know.
By the time they come.
Yeah, I mean, I probably might be able to fend him off. And then, what if he only takes me hand? And, like, you're weighing it up. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, like people these days, like every time the police release that like compilation of all their dumbest calls they get, when you see some of the shit that's in there, like people calling the police because, like, I don't know, fucking Phil in EastEnders, like, is beating up Ian Beale or something. Like, you're like, who are they? Like, can we not?
I like the ones, mate, when they have too many edibles and they have a full meltdown. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a classic. Like, yeah. Well, no, the kicker of that story was that old guy was a sheriff who had confiscated weed, and then he took it out the evidence locker, went home, had her make some brownies, ate them, got scared because he's a boomer who's never done drugs in his life. Obviously thought it would just be like, right, smoking weed, we're jamming, eating weed.
The devil.
Yeah, the devil. It's unbelievable. People don't realize that if they're not, if you ain't been around that world. So he's eating it, and that was, of course, famously when they called up the police, and he was going, "Hi, I think we're dead.
Yeah,
time's going slow, and nothing's happening." Yeah, you are unbelievably high. You are tripping balls from fucking super strong edibles. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yep. So, I don't know, mate. But yeah, you never call 999. Never doing that. Never doing that. Let alone from McDonald's. Anyway, here's another one. This was a Scottish binman. You'll fucking piss yourself.
I've heard this one.
Oh, you've seen it, is it?
Yeah, I've seen it in the news. It's fucking mental.
Right. So this is the story, right, about a bin man who kicked a head off a snowman, and then he refused to apologise to the kid who built the snowman, and so he's been fired. I'll take you through it blow by blow.
It's so much worse because, like, if people don't know, a bin man's a good job. It's a council job, so you get a good pension, and you're a union worker. I think. Are you a union worker in the UK? I think that it's a UK union as well. So that's a good job. But if you'd from kicking a snowman,
right. A bin man who was fired after kicking the head off a kid's snowman on CCTV is refusing to apologise. Callum Woodhouse has offered to build the family a new snowman instead.
And
argued they knew it was not going to be there forever. The 19-year-old was shocked to have lost his job over the incident as he is trying to support his pregnant girlfriend. But he does not feel.
Fuck that snowman up,
no, mate. What? This is the day. Just be like a day or two after the incident. They've had to send a local photographer around for the thing. They've got. Oh, can we bring the? By the way, that kid, later, he's got a double chin already. But anyway,
what's that for? That kid, double chin already.
No, it's the parents, innit? It's the parents.
Yeah.
It's the parents. Stop feeding your kids shite.
Imagine what he gets, if he asks for sweets, if he wants to get someone fired because he kicked their snowman, and the parents just go, yes, right away. He will pay for this. Right?
So, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, you might be spoiled, is all I'm saying. Right? And then, and obviously that's parents' fault. This is 3-year-old Joseph Taylor was left in floods of tears after watching his snowman get destroyed. He said, Callum, in his defense, said, the snowman was obstructing my path. I decided to kick it because I didn't think it was going to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't believe snowmen have feelings. It was going to melt, and then it would be snow again. I didn't think it would make an impact on a 3-year-old kid. Callum, whose partner is expecting a child, was asked not to return to his agency job after the incident on Tuesday came to his boss's attention. The outcome is I've lost my job. I didn't think it was legal to sack me for kicking a snowman. When I said to my boss, I've got a family, I need this job, he said, I don't give a shit. That's also banter. That's also banter. I'm willing to build the parents a new snowman for their son. They have been more cold-hearted to me than I have to them. Joseph's mum and dad have told how he was left in floods of tears after watching the bin man boot the head off his 7-foot-tall creation with a Bruce Lee-style kick.
Oh, man. 7 foot as well. He's fighting the great Khali, mate. He's gone in there with a cane kick straight down the middle. Wah!
I hope he did the noise.
Oh, yeah.
He's absolutely smashed it to bits.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, mate. The youngster and his 6-year-old sister Amelia and their friends had built the snowman outside their homes last Sunday. On Tuesday, Joseph was watching the binman collect rubbish from his home in Tupsley, Hereford, when the icy figure was ruined.
Hang on, though. If it was 7 foot tall, that means the kid couldn't have made it. So the reason the parents are being like this because it's their snowman and they ain't their fuming. Wait, is that the after picture? Is that what it looked like after he kicked it? Mate, it's still there. You only took a little bit of the head off.
Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
Mate, he's clipped there like... All he's done is clipped it with an head kick. Put some more snow on it.
Yeah. Oh, fair play him getting his leg up that high, like. That is fucking unreal.
Because I think this is after, because look, the snow's on the floor here, like.
Yeah,
And
that's what I mean. Like,
gone.
even the Daily Record straight misleading you. Like, what's that little pile of snow with a carrot sticking out of it? What's that got to do with that big one outside their house?
7 foot, yeah.
Yeah, now...
Which
now,
the kid literally couldn't even reach, like. And hang on, that looks like it's on public land to me, like.
Well, that's what he said, didn't he? He said it was in my way. Now, listen, I'll just say, like, obviously...
Yeah, he should have apologised, like, it is meant... He's like, I'll say sorry to absolutely fucking nobody. He's still, like, McGregor in, but...
Yeah, oh, no, he has done a Dus Moret, like, he has misread the situation gravely. He has done a Yola. He apparently held up a Kappa sign shortly after kicking the head off, like... Yeah. But equally, like, no one should be losing their job over fucking abusing snow in a pandemic, mate.
No,
and like the idea
when you heard he kicked that snowman, the 7 foot, how many of you want to go? I definitely want to try and air kick the 7 foot
exactly.
Snowman. I could understand him giving it a bash, like.
So I'm sad, like I'm sad that he's lost his job personally. Like, you know, like you say, mate, if it's out there on the street, I think it's fucking fair game. It's not also, like you came in your garden,
smashed it to bits. Like he's taking the head off it, just rebuild, add a bit of snow to the top, it'll be sound.
So anyway, there's that story. Right, anyway, we can file that all away. Britain's a shithole. Yeah, we did it. We did it, Sam. Now we can move on. This story is mental. I thought it was satire. It was blowing my mind. But this is like a follow-up story. So this is on ABC in New York, right? So this is about animal abuse. Apparently, there is a brand of coconut milk, right, where the manufacturers are using monkeys in slave labor to pick the coconuts.
Hang on, but I've seen another story about like monkeys working in coconut farms, and apparently it's not slave. Like it seemed like a really good life. Like they were saying, like basically the monkeys eat the coconuts, and the ones they knocked out we just take. Like so, we just have a few monkeys about.
Right, so I
seem more like a support animal for the workforce. Like
so. When I saw, because it was Costco, the story first broke about, and I saw like, you know, monkeys being made to pick coconuts in a factory. I was like, fuck off, like, you know what I mean? I've seen them fucking behind the scenes outtakes of the PG Tips adverts. You know, you couldn't stop them flinging shit at each other for 5 minutes. You know, like, the end of the day. Chimps are gonna chimp, you know, it's in the nature. So the idea that you've got like some sort of mobilized workforce who all know what they're doing, I'm like, fuck off. I'm not falling for that. It's like when boomers get, you know, sucked in by a fucking Onion article and start sharing it on Facebook and you're not fooling me, Then I saw another story, and then this was the third one, where Costco are joining in, and apparently monkey slave labor is a real fucking thing.
This one looks
like.
cruel, like they're all on chains. This isn't the fucking kind of, you know, monkey coconut farm I was imagining.
Yeah, it's mental. So I'll read you the copy. Target is the latest company to drop Seagull, I think it's pronounced, coconut milk, over allegations of forced monkey labor. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, absolute scumbags, by the way. And if you ever boast about being blocked on Twitter, you are a loser. But I will just add, I'm happy to be that loser this once. PETA did block me. I would reply with all of the times they fucking abducted pets and had them killed. Like, what an absolute waste of fucking space they are as an organization. Fuck them forever. They don't give a shit. They're out there baiting people with garbage. In fact, segue, because it's that type of show. Here you go. They did a tweet because they don't really care about animals. They care about attention and raising money for themselves. There was on their official Twitter, they did this thing the other day. They just do bait stuff all the time. Like, did you see that one where they did like a campaign where it was, oh, if you eat meat, your knob won't work and all this stuff. And they had like a chicken between two men. It just looked really weird. They didn't think that part of the advert out. But they released a thing the other day where here it is, right? And they just bait people into responses. Look at this. This is using animals as insults perpetuates speciesism. So if you call someone a chicken, they say, why not use the word coward instead? If you call someone a rat, big favourite of yours, Sam.
True.
Why not call them a snitch?
Not the same thing.
If someone acts like a snake, why not call them a jerk? That's not what snakes are known for. Yeah, you fucking joke. You joke. I'm from Jersey. You joke off. You joke off. If pig, why not just call them repulse? And then sloth. Any naffers in the chat? Sloth. Just call them lazy. Just call them lazy. So PETA just bait people into responses all the time. They are not a serious organisation. And if you don't believe me, just go look into the sheer number of times that PETA, representatives of PETA, have like seen a dog in a garden unattended, kidnapped it, refused to give it back to the owner, and then had it destroyed for no reason on the basis that it was a stray or they felt it was being under cruelty. They've had to settle numerous court cases about this and issue public apologies. They're a joke. They're a joke. So anyway, back to this though, because they might be right on the monkey labor thing. I don't know. So that's fair. Xiaoko's Thai supplier is accused of forcing monkeys to pick coconuts from trees, which again I don't understand. Like, how?
Yeah, from the video, it looks like they're just chained on the tree, basically.
So they have nothing else to do.
I think so. I guess until the coconuts are gone. Like, but no, it looks like they're on a lead. I think. Goes down.
Well, let's get into it. By dropping Xiaoko, Target is joining thousands of stores that refuse to profit from chained monkeys' misery. PETA exposes have confirmed that Thai coconut producers are exploiting monkeys and lying about it, so there's no excuse for any grocery store to keep Xiaoko on its shelves. According to PETA, 26,000 stores, including chains such as Wegmans, Food Lion, and Stop and Shop, have cut ties with the coconut milk brand. Meanwhile, Xiaoko have denied the allegations. It previously said it audited its coconut plantations using a third party and found no use of monkeys. What a mad sentence. Now, wouldn't it be great if all these big corporations had stopped selling products that we use in, forced child labour? Wouldn't be much on the shelves, I don't think so.
Yep. That was too real, man. Can't do that.
Yeah, it's true. Like, it is true. We're ready for a conversation about monkey labour, aren't we? But whatever. Enjoy your iPhones. So, moving on. We had this is horrible. You know how we always do, like, banter, lads, banter, and then we throw in, like, just an unbelievably awful story, like a sad story.
Yeah.
Just for the show, just for the purposes of the show. We're at that point now, right? This story's horrible, Sam. This story is, like, it just blew my mind. I can't even imagine how this could happen. This is a story about a woman, right, who was misdiagnosed with cancer, which is already bad enough. You've been told you have cancer. Oh, sorry, it was a mistake. But they gave her 18 months of chemotherapy. before they realised the mistake. Like, that is just fucking savage. Like you know, because chemotherapy is obviously the way we deal with cancer cells.
It's by killing all your cells. Slowly.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, basically it's like there's a bunch of people in a room. One of them is Hitler. And everyone else is nice and normal. But to kill Hitler, the only thing you've got to do is a grenade. That is like medically how we treat cancer, you know. It's fucking crazy. I mean, sure, you can target the tumors and cut them out with surgery, but basically chemotherapy is that metaphor. And so it's unbelievable. Like, so I don't even know what the long-term impact of this is going to be for this poor lady. Like, it's...
The worst part is likely cancer from all the radiation and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, look, I'll read you this. She's a mum of 4 as well. Mum of 4, Janice Johnston, said her world crumbled when she learned she had a rare form of blood cancer at Kent and Canterbury Hospital in 2017. She had 18 months of oral chemotherapy treatment, during which she experienced weight loss, nausea, pain in the bones. She had to give up her job where she worked, I suppose, ironically, in a way, as a nurse. When the treatment did not appear to be working, she says, medics decided to up the dosage.
Don't want to do another test? Double check?
No. Wait till you hear this, though. In 2018, she decided to seek alternative treatment at Guy's Hospital in London. And a specialist there told her, you don't have cancer, you've actually got this other less malignant condition. Mrs. Johnston was awarded £75,000 in damages.
Roll up. 75 grand.
Staff at the hospital had failed to do the necessary ultrasound scan and bone marrow biopsy before diagnosing her with the cancer. Set that right.
She would have made more work in your mad cunts.
No, it's so bonkers, like, because this is there's one thing that never gets talked about in the American sort of healthcare system, and it's like it's not necessarily the American healthcare system's a mess, but when there's malpractice, oh boy, do you get paid. You know, you get fucking millions. That to me is you should be getting enough money to make up, not just for the fact you've had to walk away from your job, not just for the emotional suffering of being told you have cancer when you don't, not just for the fact it's potentially shaved years off your life. What price do we put on those years? She should be walking away with 10 mil.
Easy, yeah.
It's mental, right?
That should be like life-changing money. Like, your life has been changed, therefore you should get life-changing money.
75 grand. Like, for a middle-class worker like herself, like, that's a year's salary. It's like...
Certainly a year and a half, if not. 18 months. Like, basically, they've just given her the salary that she would have earned.
It's absolutely derisory. Children to look after. Children that now might lose 10 years with their mother. 10 years they could have had. Whoa. Fucking hell, I'd be booting off. I'd be like temper tea. in court, I mean. You know. It's fucking unbelievable. But yeah, I hope by accepting that £75,000, she hasn't, because people might not know this, but very often when you take like a settlement like that, you agree within the settlement that you can't then later sue them for more money if you decide that the settlement was bad. It's like a one-time deal. That's how they get you see. I hope she hasn't signed away her rights, but she probably has. Absolutely awful. Just, rough. Nice people finish last, Sam. They really do. Now, look, we can move on. This is perhaps as equally sad. I don't know what you might be able to show here on Twitch, so be careful. I don't know what the pictures are like. Let me have a quick scan. But this story is mind-blowing. And we've talked about sex robots and stuff like that on the show.
Yeah.
This is something I didn't know existed. I didn't know this was a thing. This is a story about a man who he got his dick locked in a chastity cage that was then took over by a hacker.
Huh.
So the cage on his dick wouldn't be released until he paid the hacker money.
Yeah, I remember this. He wanted to pay in Bitcoin or something, right?
Bitcoin, yeah. So basically, him and his partner do this thing where I can't believe
they control the chastity knob belt.
Yeah, they control. So how it works is, if for those who are curious, you put a cage on your knob.
Why is everything just connected to apps nowadays? Like,
I know. That's why I don't like apps.
Like...
How many times have I said I don't do apps? I will not do your apps. Fuck apps. Because it all goes to dark places, doesn't it? People could. But anyway, you have a cage, and it goes over your knob, and it locks your knob in, right? And it's it's not comfortable, but it's not going to destroy your knob or cut off your blood supply. But you then can't get at your knob, so you can't sexually gratify yourself. And basically, the kink is that your partner controls access to your knob with the app, and basically says, "Well, gonna let the wee man out the cage tonight, and whoa, we're gonna have some rumpy pumpy." It's something I haven't said in about 10 years, and people have probably never heard that phrase. Yeah, just me bringing back rumpy pumpy. So anyway, I don't understand why anyone would do this, because I'm like, it's not like I'm vanilla, but you're not tying me up. I know, I've seen the movies. No handcuffs, no ropes, no one's being tied up, no one's being incapacitated, and certainly no electronic cages going over my knob.
Nothing
right?
With an app.
So
there's no apps.
Yeah, and there's definitely no apps. Right? So, not having that. Who put the dicks in cages, Joe? Anyway, I don't know why people do this, but to each their own. I don't judge kinks, and I don't judge, people's peccadillos. Like, as long as it's between consenting adults, do your thing. But anyway, then what happened was he got a message on the app that connects to the knob cage, and basically they had somehow hacked in to the app and said, "We want $1,000 in Bitcoin, or your knob stays in the cage forever." Now listen, right? Check this out for a quote. "Initially, I thought it was my partner doing it," said Sam Summers. "It sounds silly, but it made me excited." Then, when he called his partner, she said, "Nah, it's not me."
It wasn't me.
"Nah, that's not me. Be a waste man, that's not me." It wasn't.
Locking
it wasn't
up your knob cage, that's not me.
That's not me. Even after he told her their safe word.
"Pineapple, is this you? Pineapple, get the
pineapple, please.
The cage.
I'm scared. That's when he realised he had gotten hacked. His penis was locked in a cage, and he had no way out.
Despite all my rage, I'm still
Man,
just a knob
locked in the cage. Oh shit, it's real, Summers said. I started looking at the thing. There's no manual override. It's a chastity belt. I guess it shouldn't have an override.
No manual up. There's no key. Mate.
No, mate, how would that work practically? The whole point of a chastity belt. I mean, you know where chastity belts come from,
heard
right?
the phrase backup? Like insurance.
Yeah, but like
plans.
I
was going to say, you'd have to get the fucking lock-picking lawyer, mate. Make him the cock-picking lawyer.
No, but here's the other thing, innit?
Imagine that YouTube video. "Hey guys, lock-picking lawyer here, and today we're going to be busting a knob free."
That's pretty good. No, but it is the thing, obviously, as well. You can't just take an hammer and chisel to it while your old man's in there, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, get one of them grinders out, maybe. try and sand it down. Like, I don't even know what it was. I'm guessing it's metal as well. Like,
I know what I need a picture really because they're saying it's all digital, not with the knob in. I mean, you know, after free.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, let me. Apparently it's also made in China, of course. The Chastity belt. Summers is one of several people who purchased a chastity cage device called Cellmate. It's called.
Yeah, mate. Have you read the rest?
Well,
I've already
read it. Oh, yeah. Go on, you jump into it.
At that point, Summers and his partner started brainstorming ways to get his penis out of the cage. At home, they only had a hammer, so they went out and bought a pair of bolt cutters. His partner tried first, but she couldn't break through. So Summers had to do it himself. The way he was holding his penis put it in a very dangerous spot, so he said it was very scary. Nonetheless, he was able to break the cage, but the cutters still cut through him, he said. I don't have a scar or anything, but I was bleeding, and it fucking hurt. Because of the cut, Summers and his partner were not able to have sex for over a month, according to him. It also made Summers reconsider using internet-connected devices, especially those that go around his knob.
Mate, right? As if that is what it takes for you to think, probably should be a bit more mindful about internet security. You've almost had to chop your knob off with bolt cutters, yeah? Yeah? Is that what it took? Yeah, might want to change that Wi-Fi password, love, you know.
So wait, what did you say? This one's called Cellmate. Let's have a look.
Cellmate. Yeah, have a look. And if it's suitable for, if it's safe for work, you can show it. Like, I don't know if they advertise it with the knob in. Like,
that's weird as fuck.
Send us a link.
It's not how I expected it to look like.
Yeah, actually, while we're on the subject of knob security, I will plug NordVPN. Go to nordvpn.com/RLS. Don't get your knob hacked. Get a VPN today. 70% off if you use my referral code. Good shout in the chat. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's just unacceptable, mate. It looks like some sort of demented piss bag.
What is that like?
It's not on, is it? You can show that, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, mate, it looks
so
like,
you know what? That you put your balls through? I don't get the locking mechanism.
Yeah, no, so yeah, like, how I'm guessing, so that's how you can't get it off.
Yeah.
So, see that bit at the top?
Your balls through, like...
but it lifts up like that, like a bike lock.
Yeah.
You stick your old man in there, and then what you do is your balls loop up, or you pull that down, and your balls loop up over the back of that, and then it's locked in place. So obviously you can't pull it off because you'd sack yourself. You see.
Fuck it.
But anyway, mate, what a fucking... Do you remember technology was going to be like... it was going to improve all our lives, and now we're getting our knobs hacked.
I told you, mate, that bet. Sex robots will kill someone. Well, actually, all it had to be was... Hang on. I might have won here, but... Because the bet was someone had to get maimed or injured. He has cut his knob. He's cut his knob.
That's not a robot. You heard
it's an internet-connected device for sexual pleasure.
Mate, don't worry. Like, by the sounds of it, mate, every week there's a story about how sex robots are definitely going to kill someone. So, I mean, like, apparently it's just money in the bank waiting for you, like.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
But I just can't believe it, because, like, you know.
That's mate, my GME stock, mate. I'm sitting on that long term. That's going to be my retirement fund when the robots take over.
When the robots take over. Yeah, classic robot banter, like. Right, what else have we got? Oh, mate, here's a good one. Oh, while we're talking about penises, actually, let's do this one. You won't even believe this.
While we're here.
Yeah, while we're here. Mole rats.
Right, what's that got to do with knobs?
Wait, well, look at the picture, like. You can bring it up, like. Just look at the state of what mole rats are like. Yeah, they're just not acceptable creatures, are they? Like. Now, this was a story that just came across my fucking timeline. I just couldn't believe it. Apparently, mole rats who do look like knobs with eyes and feet, like, and like just straight knobbery, like deer-like knobbery. They've done a study of mole rats, and it turns out that they all have their own dialects, right? and they are xenophobic towards other groups of mole
Right,
rats.
so if they don't recognise the dialogue, like they're out.
Yeah, they're immediately prejudiced against them. So this is a new study that revealed that the naked mole rat are highly social rodents with a wide variety of dialects, but they also exhibit xenophobia. According to a paper published in the Journal of Science entitled Cultural Transmission of Vocal Dialect in the Naked Mole Rat.
Right, whoever's working on that, but we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Get something else on. Whoever's paid for that grant, but needs to be fucking uppercutted.
You've got to do other things.
Nah, fuck up. They're shit on, but we're almost
We've
dead.
already got like 4 vaccines.
Nah,
Come on.
Yeah, but still... This is the South African variant that's changed the spike protein. Mate, if COVID goes away from a spike protein, welcome to fucking Boogaloo V2, like. You're going to have to wait for the vaccine to get approved again because mRNA vaccines aren't, like, properly implemented yet, so you won't be able to just slot and fucking play it. There'll be no hot fix. You'll have to start again. So this cunt working on mole rats, go do something else. You must have qualifications to do fucking something.
What if he started it before...
Fucking put it to one side, like, there's shit on.
But he's got the rats.
Nah, he ain't. He's obviously studying them. He couldn't have... They're not his personal rats. He must have, he must be travelling as well, mate.
Here's the thing. When you work on these things, right, like when you're dealing with like rats and stuff, these will all have been bred specifically for the purpose of the yeah. So... He's got he's just got these rats now. He's just got families and families of mole rats, probably in a giant mole rat enclosure.
Yeah, but
right?
Instead of
rooms
mole rat, we work on bat. You know what I mean? If you're a zoologist, there's stuff you can be doing to help the fight. Like, we can leave mole rats till next year. Fucking have a look at that bat soup. Get a fucking zoologist degree on that bat soup. Tell me what's happened there.
Well, while we're on that, this is another segue, but yeah, obviously mole rats have been cancelled. Did you see that story about the fucking ginger bat, the new species of ginger bat they found? Here it is, man. People were Scientists have discovered a brand new type of bat, and it's bright orange in colour. The unique animal was discovered in the Nimba Mountains in Guinea, West Africa, and has been described as striking by its finders and like Donald Trump by blue checks on Twitter. So you had that. Here's the thing, like, I've never liked bats, and obviously coronavirus has definitely put me off bats for a while. But here's someone I did see. Like, I think I just saw this today. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I was just watching it, and it made me like bats. I felt something inside. I think it was called feelings. Let me have a look.
Do you have a non-evil looking bat? Like, because for the most part, bats are pretty fucking evil looking creatures.
It's fucking done me. Right, hang on. I hate it when it gets me like this. You've just seen something, right? And now I've got to search for something so ridiculous. I don't even want to type it in. Like,
what have you got to look for?
So, hang on. Right, I saw it was a video of a 30. Right, this bat was 30. I've got it. Here we go. Right. So, this bat is 33 years old. Right, that's fucking mad.
I don't believe
immediately.
It.
Right?
Give me his birth certificate.
Right? And he can't fly anymore. And he's been all fucked up with injuries and stuff from fighting with other bats, right? And so what they do is they take him for pretend flying, and he flaps his wings while they hold him. He's got like one eye in that. You can just play this while I'm talking over it. Yeah. And it's like, he thinks he's still flying in that. I thought, bats are better than seagulls, aren't they?
Fruit bats, but fucking other bats are evil bats. Fruit bats, all right.
No, but even I think vampire bats get a bad rap,
Good fucking reason, but
they do drink blood,
and they're Dracula apologists.
Yeah, big Dracula. See you. But yeah, it's like I saw that and I thought, coronavirus ain't done bats no favors, has it? Really? I mean, it is their thing, like, which is killing everyone. Like, so there is that. But they're just in a cave, living in their own shit in the dark. I mean, they've already got a raw deal. It's like Liverpool. I had to say it. Sorry, timestamp that. But and humans going in because we're trying to learn about all these viruses and that, and it's not their fault. They don't know what's going on. I mean, that cunt thinks he's flying. You know what I mean?
On E. He's rolling.
He's fucking... So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on bats, I think, Sam. That watching that video it touched my heart. Touched my heart. It did. Right. We all love a Didn't Happen. We haven't done Didn't Happen for a while on the show. So this one is very special. It is a celebrity Didn't Happen. We don't get many of them, right? So this is the story about Paula Abdul. Remember Paula Abdul?
Yeah, wasn't she on American Idol? Is that what she used to judge?
Well, she was a singer before all of that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. That's what
my
generation.
If I remember rightly, what was that one? Yeah, she did that song. Opposites Attract. Take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We go together because it was a big hit. Peter Griffin parodied it on Family Guy.
Griffin.
Yeah.
You say it as if he's the artist.
Yeah.
You might know it from Peter Griffin's work.
Yeah. Peter Griffin. So, Peter Griffin has sung it. Obviously, the kids must know it. The kids watch Family Guy, right? That had a drop off, didn't it? But anyway, so Paula Abdul was a singer, and then you're right, she did one of them. I can't remember, Celebrity Idol or shit gun Idol, American Idol. Fucking I'm an idol, get me out of here. Indiana Jones and the Idols, I don't know. Right? But she went on RuPaul's new talk show called RuPaul, and she keeps telling this story about how she survived a plane crash when she was on the Under My Spell tour in the early 90s. So she's been talking about this in other interviews. Here's the thing. All plane crashes have to be recorded, even private chartered flights and everything for obvious reasons, for aeronautical stuff, was it a plane fault? Could it be a mass plane fault? All of this stuff. So this is the one thing you don't want to lie about. There's no getting away. You can't make up a plane crash. And there's just no records of it. She said the plane crash happened in Iowa, and there was no record of a plane crash in Iowa at any time between any of the shows that would have seen her flying out there. And this report here says there are only a handful of aircraft accidents, in fact, in the general vicinity between June 19th and June 22nd in 1992. One in Meade, Kansas, one in Colorado, one in Brighton, Colorado, and one in Falcon, Colorado. And these were all small private glider-style planes due to adverse weather conditions. None of them could have been at all anything to do with her. Bunch of people have come out now. People are reaching out to the Federal Aviation Administration to try and get to the bottom of it.
To try and roast Paula Abdul.
Yeah, basically. But there's just no record of this anywhere. Her life's interesting enough. Most people who make up lies about their lives have boring lives. You go to work, and you've seen them, haven't you? The chuds. You've seen the chuds, haven't you?
What's
the lose. Well, it's a word that's been adopted.
Chad or something, is it?
No, it's a word that's been adopted. It basically sort of means a fat loser, right? But that's what they mean now. But actually, the original word "chud" came from, what was it? Cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, and it was I think a late 80s horror movie. It was like an acronym, CHUD, chud. Get it on Amazon Prime. Check it out. But anyway, you've seen the chuds at work. You know the ones. You know. The ones that are, according to PETA, repulsive. And yet they're going, oh, last night I had so much sex. And then you go, no. Like, these are lies. But you accept the lies out of a sense of social niceties, and you let people tell lies. People lie all the time about to make their shit lives sound interesting. Fantasies played out in real time in the work cafeteria. You know, you just deal with it. You just deal with it, right? So, and a chord is a fat penis, guys. There's people in the chat going, "You mean chord?" No, a chord is a chord is a penis that is as wide as it is long, creating a cube-like short, stubby penis. That is a chord. Don't confuse your chords and your chuds, or you might get something very unexpected. Anyway, you know, just people lie all the time, but their lives are shit. You're Paula Abdul. You've got no reason to like try and spice up your life. It was mental already. You know, you were a pop star in the late 80s.
Yeah, she's been on TV for years, but I bet she is out of shit. Like,
what you reckon? Like,
because she can't have done anything too exciting since she's been on like American Idol. I don't know. That would be great though. If you're gonna lie, why don't you tell a cool story like about how you used to do beak or something? You know what I mean? Something that people can't easily find out that you're lying about.
Well, let's have a look. Actually, let's see what she's doing. Let's see what she's doing now. Let's just see what Paula. Because you're right. She might be out of shit. I mean, it does happen. Like you do just end up out of shit. Paula Abdul, scrolling down. Let's have a look. What's she up to now? Oh, bunch of controversies. It's there. The fake plane crash is there. Oh, to be fair, she said she needed 15 back surgeries off it.
Fucking is she's doubling down again, mate.
Yeah, so check this out.
My back.
When magazines questioned the veracity of this story, Abdul responded in an onstage monologue at her Forever Your Girl Vegas residency, stating there were 7 other people on that plane. There were 7 other people who were in that plane accident with me. I don't really care what people have to say. I don't. Could you give us their names? Might put that to bed once and for all. Well, they are private citizens, obviously. But yeah, she hasn't done. Let's have a look now. She's a panelist. Oh, mate, she is cooking on gas. Actually, she was in an episode of Celebrity Ghost Stories. In the episode
about her plane crash as well.
The pilot died,
yeah,
and haunts her. Sing the song, Paula. Sing the song. I'm in hell, Paula. All I did was fly that chartered jet. Say it. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Anyway, she was in Celebrity Ghost Stories. I love it as well when it does this. It does like your filmography. And it does Celebrity Ghost Stories. She played herself. Yeah, she good. Is. In an episode entitled Paula Abdul. Yeah, obviously.
Played a ghost.
Right. So yeah, she was in that, and now she was also in The Masked Dancer, an American reality competition television series, and she plays herself in that too. So, but let's have a look. Oh, hang on, that's as an actress or presenter. She's also a choreographer, but she's put that on the back burner. She hasn't done that since 2014. Where she was the choreographer for a music video called Check Yourself. So, but you know, it's still got it going on. She's still on TV.
Yeah, doing something.
Yeah. You know, but I agree with you. Maybe she is out of shit, but like, why not? Like, there's got to be better lies to tell. Yeah, and I was in an easily verifiable lie. Like, easily verified it's a lie. Along with 7 other people I will not name. All right. I'm going to stamp that under didn't.
Do you remember there was that comedian who lied about being in 9/11? I can't remember who it was. But
McDonald, wasn't it?
No. A guy literally, like, he told her at a late night talk show and everything, and then eventually he finally admitted it.
I don't remember that. You know, there was a lot of stuff going around about then. Like, loads of people. You know, people fucking. There was a load of like.
Easy. That's his name.
So what did he say?
So basically, he told stories that he escaped out of the towers and escaped death. Like he ran out just before it all went to shit. And then in 2015, someone contacted him like, "That's a lie, like, innit?" And then he said, "Yeah, it was a lie." Like,
how are you gonna tell that lie and think that one's never gonna get got? Like, that one's never gonna get got. Like, because keep in mind, the extent of the damage means that, you know, a lot of people have been declared dead. It's not because they got a body or nothing.
Yeah.
It's because you checked the inventory of people who was there and who hasn't turned up for days, years, months, whatever, you know. So obviously there's records of. Just as a matter of course as well, you're signing in and out of buildings like that, you know.
Yeah.
What a mad lie to tell, like. What a mad one.
The worst part is he like told 3 lies in the same lie. So he said he worked for Merrill Lynch and he went to this university and
classic.
They checked he didn't go to that university and they checked and Merrill Lynch didn't have offices in the Twin Towers at the time. So he's like, yeah, lies. I was like, people lies. Yeah.
Lies. Anyway, moving on. I'm still filing under didn't happen. Moving on, we can now get into just some ridiculous, awful stuff to round out the show. What is it with pharmacists and that, Sam?
Do you mean
like, right, American pharmacists. This is a headline here. It's just, I mean, the headline pretty much does the hard lifting for you. Pharmacist who sabotaged COVID-19 vaccines allegedly believed sky was a shield to stop people from seeing God, according to the FBI.
How is he allowed near fucking stockpiles of drugs, mate? As if there's no check, like.
So, this is Stephen R. Brandenburg, age 46, sabotaged more than 570 doses of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. His pharmacy technician at Advocate Aurora Health Systems told investigators the defendant was a conspiracy theory nut, which was backed up according to documents. For example, at work, he would tell her the earth was flat, the sky wasn't real, and said instead, what we see is a shield the government erected to prevent individuals from seeing God.
Might want to get him some medical help at that point.
He would also regularly say, Judgment Day was coming.
Fucking hell. Someone have a word? Like, how is he still at work?
That is true, like. I will say this. I mean, no, but here's the thing. This is a thorny issue. This is too big for this podcast. But, you know, at what point is it someone's beliefs, and at what point are they mentally ill, and you have to, you know, get involved? And
I mean, I think once you start venturing into things you say aren't true, which are provably true, like by yourself, like you could prove the sky is real, like you could buy a firework or a drone, like you
and
can yeah, you can get in a plane, you can prove the sky is real, like you can do that yourself.
Because this is a theme actually that's like close to my heart, and I can't say too much about it on Twitch because Twitch is Twitch now. But you know, when people say things that people don't like on Twitter by way of, for instance, people then will message me and go, "You know that person? They must be mentally ill. You should reach out to them and help them." And it's like, well, first of all, I'm not hardly the fucking Dark Knight of mental health. Like, I'm not, you know, yep, fixed, you know. But also, often when that has happened, and that is actually something that's happened on a few occasions, not just one or two, it's often, and in a lot of cases, I read it and I go, that's just someone going against the prescribed narrative, you know? And even when we get into the realm of, like, you know, how I feel about Flat Earth. Flat Earth is another example of how morons can just fuck up everything for everyone, you know? in the sense that it was originally like almost like a philosophical exercise done by, done knowingly, borderline satirical on the internet, and then the morons found it and just believed it whole cloth. Yeah. With none of the intelligence or guile or understanding the bigger picture of what it's about. It's essentially, the original point of Flat Earth was what do you really know about your reality around you? Question everything, essentially. That's what the original Flat Earth Foundation was about. Now people come along, it's flat, but the government put a sky there, and it's like, no. You're missing the point.
This was a thought exercise.
It was a thought exercise, not reality. Yeah. So you end up with that. So it's like, but anyway, I'm not even talking about stuff that extreme. I've had people literally tell me that person talks about Donald Trump a lot now. They must be mentally ill. And I don't mean in the way like they're replying to Donald Trump's every tweet. You're bad. You're bad. You're bad. Those people are mentally ill. I'm talking about someone going, Maybe Donald Trump isn't the worst thing for America. He's done some good things for the economy. And people will reach out and go, look, he's losing his mind. You're like, no. No, actually. So it's a really weird issue, and it's a topic that's like come up a bunch for me. Like, at what point he's supposed to intervene? And then you will find people are really callous about it. People who profess to care about mental health all the time. They're generally the worst cunts when it actually comes to people being sick. Because when people, to me, do go over that threshold, they're the ones who go, shit take, shit take. I hope it happens to your family. And you're like, no, this person's clearly in distress, This person's clearly unwell. And you're dogpiling them in public, so it's hard. It's hard. I mean, but I'm with you, Sam. If I was at work and my boss or someone in a senior position was jabbering about the end is nigh, the bug-eyed and talking about flat Earth and that, I'm probably gonna call a doctor or call his family. Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're working in a pharmacy, like he has access to all the drugs. Literally
that's what I mean.
To all the drugs.
Yeah, because I mean that's another thing, right? Like he could have a drug dependency problem, a substance abuse problem, and he's around that stuff, and that's actually what's exacerbating the mental illness and the delusions. He could be dosing himself with stuff he shouldn't be.
Could be giving people the wrong drugs because he thinks some drugs are evil.
Yeah, well, no, but that's another point. This is why I said. Well, this is where I was going with this. Because I've seen so many things where I don't know if you saw this, but like this come up a number of times. Pharmacists not wanting to give like Plan B and like abortion, well, not abortion, but like morning after pill, because they consider that an abortion. Yeah. To women who want to take it, and I'm like, it's not your fucking. In America, that's allowed.
Oh, they can not give it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because to make them do it is to infringe upon their
so what do you do if
right to religious freedom,
and the person won't serve it?
You have to get another pharmacist to agree to do it.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
This has been
upheld.
Sold this years ago. Vending machine, job done.
Yeah. Well, if you put them in vending machines, what would we do without the moral hand-wringing of the fucking religious rights, Sam? What would we do without it? Where would we be without it? Couldn't put it in a vending machine. There'd be outrage about it. It'd be trivializing human life or something. So I've said this. I think if you're like a religious fundamentalist, I think it probably should be disqualifying for a job that pretty much relies on two things: an adherence to science and non-judgment. Don't apply your religious morals to somebody coming in to get Plan B. And equally as well, like, imagine being so fucked in the feed. You're working in a place that gets COVID vaccines and you're destroying COVID vaccines because you think it's like some government conspiracy. Like, guys, I understand, like, protecting religious freedom is great and all. Like, these people are cracked. They're pretty far fucking out there, and they do express their views very openly by all accounts. I'm like, there was a few red flags here, I guess is what I'm saying, that it would have gone this way. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, it goes on. Authorities previously described Brandenburg as an admitted conspiracy theorist, and he confessed to ruining the vaccine dosage because he said they would change people's DNA. Here's the worst part about it, though. He didn't just ruin the vaccines and then throw them away. He ruined the vaccines and then left them so people came in and still took them thinking they were getting the vaccine.
Oh, what a doggo.
Right? Didn't just throw them in the bin. Fucked them up with temperature storage and all that. Put them on the shelves. 57 people come in and had fucking botched fucking vaccines. What a fucking bell end. Oh, no. It's rough. Anyway, he's put in a plea bargain. I don't know what's happened. He's probably going to go to jail for a bit. Probably the best place for him. This guy is dangerous to society, just in a different way than what you normally think. Right. Speaking of dangers to society, this is Yucatan Magazine. A jealous wife stabbed her husband because she found a photo of him with another woman. Problem, it was a younger version of her that was so radically different she didn't recognize herself. So this is when you get a story and you go, well, that's Hall of Fame. I hate it here. So it is the story. A woman stabbed her husband several times after thinking she found photos of him with a younger woman. It turns out it was a younger woman herself. The photo of the couple was taken years ago when they were dating. This is in Mexico. Authorities from the municipality of Cajeme reported that a suspect identified only as Leonora N. was arrested for wounding her husband Juan N. with a knife after finding several pictures on his cell phone. The husband, who managed to take the knife from her while injured, explained the photos were of them back when they were more youthful and slim. Juan apparently convinced his wife he had digitized the old snapshots to store on his cell phone because he loved those times so much. Fortunately for the man, the police arrived at the scene after neighbors heard screaming and screams and the sounds of a scuffle. The woman has now been detained by authorities and it's pending charges. I gotta feel sorry for Juan, man. Like, he's been fucking poor bastard.
You bad bitch.
I don't. Can we even imagine it? Like, can we even imagine getting stabbed for cheating on her? Because you keep a picture of her around at all times. I love you so much. I've got these pictures of our treasured memories.
Fucking
Ints, just going absolutely mad. Like, it's so like fucking hell. Like, they're gonna stay together. You know, he's probably gonna be like, don't lock her away.
I'll wait.
Don't take my mamacita, please. And that's crazy. Juan can do better. I'm gonna go on record and say that. That's so fucking mental. I just can't believe it. Why wouldn't you, Dad? What if happened to a good, like, like you confront someone with the evidence first, let them explain.
Not straight blades.
Yeah, you've seen the detective shows. They don't just slap the cuffs on.
We got you bang the rights. Look at this.
Yeah, they come in and they go, "There's just one thing, Mr. Davis. You said on the night of the 5th you could not have been there." And they wrap it all up and they give you a chance to explain or self-incriminate. She's just fucking gone right off the deep end. I feel that was avoidable.
Yeah, some would say.
Some would say that, wouldn't they? What a fucking mad one. Right, now if you think that's bad, this is just going to be deeply upsetting, I think, for you, Sam. It was deeply upsetting for me when I saw it. This is... God help us all. Oh, okay. This is the story about a mother whose son is growing too old for cuddles, and so they've come up with a unique solution When her son stopped wanting to cuddle, she knitted a life-sized version of him so she can cuddle his yarn doppelganger as much as she likes. Now she wants to help other mothers. She says we thought it would be a great idea for mothers with too much love for their children and they need to cuddle so they could knit their own cuddly pillow son.
That's the creepiest, most deluded thing I've ever seen in my life, but that's so fucking gross and weird, but...
Now, here's the thing. I've just sent you a close-up. It's worse. There's also other pictures. But anyway, here's the thing. Apparently, and I read this on another website that picked up this story, and I don't want to show it because I don't know if the source is accurate or not. But apparently, it's not. It's worse than you think because he has to wear it.
No, there's a kid inside of that.
He's inside the suit.
How's that fix anything?
It doesn't. It makes it worse, right?
What?
That was in this one like report of this story. Like apparently they like rang him up to clarify, and she goes, "Oh, he has to be in the suit." It can't be real. That's why I didn't want to show it because it just ruined. It just makes it so fucking. It just takes it from. It's already a bit fucking mental, like to just fucking so far out there.
Mate, we need to call social services. Like you wrap a new kid up in that for. You
imagine if it was the same
skin.
Like between her and the pie cooker. It's mental, isn't it? It's mental, mate. But like, can you even imagine that? Like, but anyway, so I don't believe that. That can't be legit. I'm not having that. That's a lie.
So
but like, then look in the pictures. Have you seen the? How's he holding?
Yeah, it must be like.
How's he leaning? Like,
I assumed it was stuffed, but now you said there's someone in there. Yeah, it looks a lot more obvious. It must be.
Ah, mate. I don't know, like, but yeah, she wants to go into business and basically.
What's a business? Oh, it's worthless, but. All you're doing is literally distancing yourself from your kid even more. You've literally put a layer between yourself and your child.
I think that's preferable. I think that's what.
I don't think so, mate. You think he likes getting caught up? Mate, I bet he was in tears. That's why he had to wear it, because he's just crying in tears. Mom, all the boys are watching. Shut up. Stand there.
So anyway, a business, I think, Sam, is, as she said, other mothers. I feel like I'm singing that fucking song from The Lonely Island. You're a mother lover. Lots of singing today. But yeah, mothers who love their kids, who want to cuddle.
Who are deranged.
Who are mentally ill, no, who want to cuddle stuffed versions of said kids.
But it's not a stuffed version of the kid. It's the kid inside a fucking.
Yeah, if that's true. Like, I mean, because looking at them pictures, like, that is incriminating. It does look like, because he's holding his lip and having a lean. It is, but what if it's just a really good. Because you know
well,
when
that's still mental, but at least it makes sense. You're filling up.
I'm gonna give her the benefit. I'm gonna pretend she's not dressing her son up.
Nah, it's gotta be. No, you said it's too, mate. They got one with him eating chips. Like, you can't make a stuffed thing old chips. Can you? Look, he's eating chips. Like, look at him. He's fucked. Like, they've literally just fucking strapped him up in a knitted fucking morph suit and give him chips he can't eat. Like,
I mean, maybe.
Look at that. Maybe. That's so deranged, mate.
Oh, it's like an horror movie, isn't it? It's like an horror movie. Like, fuck, you know. Yeah, why is he eating chips of all the thing? Like, have a drink with a straw. Oh, what a nightmare! Like, what a nightmare. That isn't that the plot of a horror movie, a real one that came out recently?
Probably, like,
about like two old. Is it just called The Boy or something? Like two old, an old couple hire a woman. They hire a woman to look after their kid because they want to die or something, and they leave the house, and she gets there, and the boy is a doll.
That's another like classic fucking. I don't even know if it's true, but it's like one of those folk tales. That basically, there was a toy maker, and his son died, and he was so distressed that he made a toy, like a animatronic toy, like with cogs and gears in it. and it looked so like him that basically had like a soul of its own and it would do evil shit. So I'm sure
there you go. It was The Boy 2016. The Boy. It's mad the shit my brain retains. Look at that. Right creepy cunt, isn't he? So, but yeah, check that movie out. Basically, she is that. Someone in the chat has just gone, is this a replay? I have the strange feeling I watched this show before. What's going on? Am I mentally ill? No, what you're experiencing is because you have relived this same life many, many times. That's what deja vu is. It's where we get echoes of previous instances.
I mean, that's what hippies like to tell you.
No. It's just time is a flat circle, and you are born into the same life over and over and over and over again. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. Don't think about how you've been Red Cat 92 every time that you've gone around. This might be your millionth time, and occasionally just little bits of reality bleeds through. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. You'll go crazy. Like that woman. Knitting her son. Oh, fuck this. Anyway, we're about to wrap up the show. So I just wanted to end. There's someone I envy, Sam. It's not often I experience envy. This is the story from Leicester, I believe, where a kid got hit by a car and was in a coma. And he's been in a coma since March last year. He woke up. He's been in a coma for almost a year, approximately 11 months. And he doesn't know what COVID is. He doesn't know what the pandemic rules are. He doesn't know about the American elections, politics. And he's back and he's smiling. He's healthy. I'd love it if you could just
got COVID now, like. I feel all right, but I got a hell of a cough.
Imagine that. Yeah, we've woke you up just to say goodbye. You're a lunger. You're a lunger, sorry. Why'd you wake me up then to say goodbye? I would have rather not. But no, anyway, I'm like, so this is the question. This is the fundamental question, Sam. If you, for the last year, could have just slept, start it off.
I don't know.
If you could have skipped 2020, essentially.
If it was finished now, yeah. But he's woke up and he's still fucked. Like, he's still on lockdown, isn't he? It's not like he slept through it. He slept through most of it, but he's still fucked.
I mean, you know, I probably could have done with that. I'm just saying I could have done with 2020 off. No shit. I would have took that, I think. If they said, do you want to just go into a deep sleep? Best part, I mean, obviously with comas, you're still aging that. Now, if I knock it up a notch and it's like some, you know, stasis, and you don't age, well, yeah, banging. No-brainer, yeah. Give me the next 2 off as well, probably. See you in a bit.
People that would have died by the time it came out, mate, all the celebrities we've already covered.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be rough, like, but just celebrities and that, innit? Be rough if a family member died. No. But I like to think someone had turned the machine off for that.
It's, you know, hard-coded.
Oh, it's all pre-recorded, is it?
They give you a dosage based on how long you need to sleep. Like, they're giving you a year of sleep.
Oh, that's rough, like. I might still risk it for a biscuit.
Mate, what if you go for a sleep when the pandemic's just kicking off? You go to sleep for you wake up, world's just in tatters, mate. Just full on fucking 28 days later. See?
Well, but I've told you I'm ready. I welcome the apocalypse.
See how ready you'll be when you just wake out of a coma, mate.
Yeah, that's true. Like. I'll be there in a gown. There in a gown. All muscles atrophied.
Be like Kill Bill. Wake up your big toe.
Yeah, if Uma can do it.
True.
So can I. So anyway, that's the show. There it is. So we'll wrap it up there. We do a little tagline at the end, don't we, to make it feel like these things are episodic. So that was the news. We wish it wasn't. We'll see you next time on another episode of I Hate It Here. Until then, try and take care of yourselves.